Ben, race 4 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. It's a bit like Friends Reunited, this. Courier Magic Ben Thompson, you're back on board. You must be looking forward to riding him. You've won twice on him.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. He's obviously a horse I'll never forget. He's been great to me. My first winner here in Hong Kong, and as you say, great to be reunited with him. He's drawn well, which it has eluded him more often than not. So to come with barrier 2, that's a great result. And with a light weight, he's in good form. Hopefully he can get back in the winner's stall.
I know you didn't ride him last time, but you have managed to have a sit on him in a trial. I thought the trial looked quite good.
It was purely maintenance. Obviously, he's a fit horse. He's already had 3 races this season, and having raced late into last season, riding him in 2 trials before commencing this campaign, he definitely held onto good residual fitness. So it was purely just to, I'm sure, used as maintenance by Jamie Richards and his connections, and he's a happy horse doing that. So he felt great. Wasn't asked to do a hell of a lot any more than he would have liked, but only gave me more confidence heading into tomorrow night.
And I guess looking at his run last time, obviously you weren't on board. He was a beaten favourite, yes, but he did some really good work late, didn't he?
He did, and as his sectionals are there for us to see, he ran the fastest last 100 metres of the race, and actually his previous start before that, he closed off in the best sectionals of the race too. So there's nothing wrong with the way the horse is going. I think it's an advantage that we have tomorrow is a better draw. Like, he's drawn outside barrier 8 in his last 3 runs, so it's made the job much harder. So I'm sure from a better draw we can obviously rely on a bit less luck. There's really good speed in the race, so it would just be a matter of him travelling as he likes and hopefully getting the breaks at the right time.
The draw, obviously, very good. I mean, the other positive, I suppose, is that he's only a couple of pounds higher than his last win. He's always looked, Ben, like that type of horse that probably when he does get back to that sort of mark, he'll be able to capitalise on it.
For sure, and he's not a big horse either. He's well put together, but he only walks around. It's around 1,060 pound, I'm pretty sure. So. I guess it's obviously showing like he won carrying a bit more weight in Class 5, though his only win in Class 4 was on a similar mark. So hopefully lightning strikes twice.
Mark Nunan, you got some nice chances going to Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Race 7, a horse by the name of Silo looks rather interesting. First go around the valley.
Yeah, look, his first try at a mile at his last start was good. He's beaten by a smart horse. Just got to attack the line now. He's still a colt, so just need him to focus and get the job done, but he's certainly going well enough.
I guess sort of playing devil's advocate to some degree. I mean, he's only had the 5 runs so far, so I imagine still a bit of a learning sort of progress, this horse?
Yeah, he is, but, you know, he had a good grounding in Singapore, so he's got to take that form now, you know, into Hong Kong Class 3, so it is a step up for him, but he's at a suitable distance. You know, he's got a good enough racing pattern for Happy Valley, and it looks a nice race where, you know, he's going to be in the finish.
You mentioned the horse that he ran second to, Voyage Samurai. Of course, on paper, it's decent enough form. It needs to be at this sort of level, but do you feel that form's sort of strong enough to win a race like this here?
Oh, definitely, and the horse has certainly got enough talent to do that. But, you know, we're getting to the stage where he needs to get the job done also.
I noticed he hadn't had a trial around here. How sort of important is that in your mind, or perhaps not so?
Oh, not really. For a horse that's been well exposed like him, yeah, I haven't got too many concerns with it.
Derek Leung off to Happy Valley this Wednesday. You've got a nice-looking ride in the shape of Glory Elite, who runs in race 8. This will be his first go around Happy Valley.
Yes, it's a nice horse, and the first time go to Happy Valley because of the program. It's not much option. And yeah, we have the outside draw for the first time. Hope he can handle it, and there's quite a few horses will try to go handy as well. Let's see how his gate speed.
Before we sort of assess his form and what he's done, what about him as a Happy Valley horse? There's plenty of him, isn't there? I mean, he's a big enough horse. Do you think he'll operate around here?
Well, we think he can handle it. He's big, but he's well balanced. But still need to see because of the first time.
Derek, when he has won, notably last time, he's a strong horse off the front, isn't he? He's got a lot of substance, this guy, and he just seems to be able to sort of gallop them into the ground, really, doesn't he? Yeah,
well, he's very good galloper, and he just keeps going. He's nice.
He's running in a Class 2 now, so he's obviously elevated his status a little bit. I guess you'd be confident that there's a bit more to come, because he just seems to keep on improving, doesn't he?
Yes, you can see his fitness is getting better and better. And this I think this time his form is no problem. Just first time Happy Valley.
You mentioned obviously pace and different things. Obviously, gate 10. I mean, that probably makes things just a little bit tougher for you.
Yeah, there's gonna be a good chance for him for the first time Happy Valley and outside draw. But we still live positive first, and we see what happens.
Mark, race 9, Prawns 11 lining up at Happy Valley for the second time. I personally thought his first one around it was full of merit. I imagine you were probably the same thinking, were you?
Yeah, super. Look, he had a wide gate that night, and so he had to go further back than we would have liked to get some cover, but he finished the race off really well. So for a horse having his first start at Happy Valley, I thought he did particularly well from a better draw. He should be able to sit 2 or 3 lengths closer in the run, and that certainly gives him his chance.
A bit like your other runner for the same connections on the card, Silo. It's almost a bit of a carbon copy because he chased a very much informed rival last time, that being a Brave Star. So he's got the form in the book.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, he did win last season in Class 3. He's certainly got enough ability. But from a good gate, I'd expect him to run really well.
Just looking at it on paper, I mean, it's a decent enough little race, isn't it? You've got David Eustace's horse in there who won on debut. You've got the horse that ran second to him, Romantic Sun. So, I mean, it won't be a walk in the park, but your horse has all the right sort of minerals to go well, doesn't he, really?
Yeah, look, his form since he arrived has been pretty solid all the way through. And from the right position in running, I'd expect to be very strong late.
Harry seems to get on really well with him too. I think he's run him for about the 10th time, but gets a tune out of him nicely, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He gets on really well with him. I mean, Harry's a good rider. His rides for me since I arrived have, been, pretty good on a whole. So certainly they're a good combination together, and it looks a nice enough race. But he's got a bit more experience than some of his rivals, and probably a little bit more race toughness. So hopefully that turns out in the last 200 tomorrow.